How's it going, guys? Shizukatz here on the Trusses Collectibles channel, bringing you guys a new segment targeted at newer players, TD++. In this series, we'll be starting with one trial deck, and I'll be showing you some strong cards that I think you should be adding, without breaking the bank, of course. In today's video, we'll be looking at the trial deck for Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Let's jump right in. This TD+ has some really strong cards. The first step of improving any trial deck is to identify which of those cards are strong enough to keep for the long run, so let's look at those first. 0-0 Kaguya is an excellent early game card. While you have 5 or more hand, she goes to 4,000 power, which is really big for level 0s, and the power applies on either player's turn as well. It's excellent that the trial deck comes with 4 copies. The level 1 Kaguya is a pretty good advantage combo, and another card that we are fortunate to get a full 4 copies of in each trial deck. At the start of the Encore step, if she's in the front row, you have 6 or less hand, and you have the Pants Climax in the Climax area, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Shuchiin character from among them, add it to hand, and send the rest to waiting room. It's an uninteractive combo, as it doesn't require her to reverse the opposing character or interact with the opponent in any way, which is a good thing. It means less hoops to jump through for a newer Weiss player. The combo itself will allow you to gain additional cards while also milling through the deck at the same time. An important tip to remember is that you don't have to look at the full 3 cards whenever you use this combo, and you can just look at up to 3, one at a time, and can stop at any time. You can even choose to look at 0 cards if you want to. The level 3 Kaguya is another high quality card that we can use all the way up to the optimized meta build. While she's in your front row, she gives 1500 power to all of your Shuchiin characters, including herself, which can make your board very resilient. She also has a Climax combo list finisher ability. When she attacks, you can pay 1 stock and discard 1 card, and your opponent sends the bottom 3 cards of their deck to waiting room. Then, you deal damage to your opponent equal to the number of climaxes that were sent. It's not guaranteed damage, but it can be especially deadly if your opponent has a very small deck with a lot of climaxes left. Since these are the strongest cards in the deck, we'll be keeping them throughout the entirety of the video, and be building the rest of our deck around these cards. Alright, so Kaguya is a special case among trial decks in that it's actually illegal to play out of the box due to a packaging error. The deck comes with 5 copies of the Pants Climax instead of the usual 4, and only 1 copy of the 2/2 Romantic Battle of the Brains event, which is normally a 2 of. Because of this, the first thing we need to do is make the deck legal. Normally, you could just replace the extra Climax with the second copy of the 2/2 event. And while that is one option, instead I'm going to take out the middleman and just go straight to implementing our first upgrade. 1 copy of the Hayasaka Drop Searcher. Hayasaka has 2 abilities. On play, you can discard 1 card and pay 1 stock to search your deck for a Shuchiin character and add it to hand. Also, when you play a Climax, she can return herself from the board to your hand and give one of your characters a 2k power boost, allowing you to potentially reuse her ability on a follow-up turn. Including this Hayasaka in your deck will give you some deck search selectivity, which is a good addition to the salvage selectivity that the deck already has with the Hayasaka drop salvage that comes in the trial deck. Due to the sheer number of cards that we'll be looking at throughout this video, we won't be looking at every card in detail, but we will be outlining the game plan of each version of the deck, so we can see how each version plays and how the game plans change over time. With the base trial deck, your game plan is very straightforward. A common strategy in Weiss Schwarz is to try to run out of deck and get your first refresh before you hit level 2. This can be accomplished fairly easily thanks to the available milling options in the trial deck, such as the level 1 Kaguya combo. In the mulligan stage, hold on to level 0 beater Kaguyas, level 1 combos, and Pants Climax. Hayasaka Drop Salvage can also serve as an early game beater, since she has 3000 power while you have 3 or less stock. You can also consider holding on to utility cards like the Hayasaka Drop Search, so that you can search out more mid-game cards, like additional copies of your level 1 combo. At level 1, try to resolve as many copies of the Kaguya combo as you can. Fill in the gaps with your other level 1s. Chika is useful for walling up with her beefy 6/5 power, while Hayasaka is more suited for blasting over your opponent's board with a maximum of 7500 power on offense, and then just getting reversed on the defense. At level 2, Chika level 2 becomes another attacking option. She has a high ceiling on offense, and while she can be defeated relatively easily, you can encore her to keep her around and go in for another high power attack. Also, feel free to continue using Kaguya level 1 combos if you get more. At level 3, Chika healers are great as a general option since they can heal as well as provide additional offense by adding soul. Kaguya is great for her finishing power as well as buffing the board. If the level 3 game gets extended, the extra power from Kaguya's ability will be helpful in maintaining your level 3 board so that you can use their abilities on the following turn. For leveling, typically you're going to want to level blue first because that's the color that you're going to need for your level 1 combo, and then level yellow later. The first set of upgrades is a small one. We're going to be dropping the bond package of Ishigami and Shirogane, and 2 copies of the 2-1 Chika. While the prospect of a 1-1-8-5 is neat, with only 2 copies of each Ishigami and Shirogane, it's not reliable enough to justify using in my opinion. Instead, we're going to bolster the level 3 line by adding 2 additional copies of each of the level 3s. Decks typically run around 8 level 3s on average, and running more copies of these cards will allow us to see them more easily. Additionally, we're also adding 2 copies of the 0-0 Kaguya Climax Swapper. This is a very solid low rarity card that will increase consistency in seeing the climax for our level 1 combo. Additionally, the ability to look at the top 2 cards of the deck and rearrange them is great at all points of the game. It can help you avoid triggering climaxes on first attack so that they're easier to pay out later, and you can also use the knowledge to organize specific amounts of damage since you will know what your upcoming triggers are. The gameplay will remain basically the same as the vanilla trial deck, but you can consider keeping the Climax Swapper in your mulligan as well if you don't open with the Climax for the level 1 combo. Alright, this next one is a big one. There are a lot of ideas with this upgrade package, but let's look at the big picture first. The main idea is introducing red into the deck. This is mainly being done in the form of a standby package. The choice and +2 soul climaxes have been taken out for 4 standby climaxes, which are currently not associated with any climax combo. At level 0, you can use the standby to bring out cards like the 1-1 Kaguya assist, 1-0 Shirogane, or just copies of the level 1 Kaguya combo. At level 1, we're adding 3 copies of the 2-2 Ishigami as our main standby target. At level 2, bringing out the 3-2 trial deck Kaguya is super strong, as it will bolster your entire board by 1500 power. Additionally, you also have the option to standby out 3-2 Chika, who has 2k assist. Remember, when you're using a standby effect, you can bring out characters even if you don't have their color in level or clock, which is why we're able to bring out cards like this 3-2 Chika despite it being our only green card in the deck. This new edition of standby will give the deck the ability to take control of the board in a big way at level 2. With the addition of standby, we're going to want some more red. As previously mentioned, we have included the 1-0 Shirogane and 1-1 Kaguya assists, but we're also adding a 1-0 Kaguya counter as well as some new level 0 options. This Kaguya level 0 is a very strong level 0 budget option in the rare slot. It's a free runner, but also a level 0 suicider. Between the 4k Kaguya and this new runner, your opponent is going to have a huge headache dealing with your level 0 boards. We also add 1 copy of the Kaguya stock swap, which is a good tech option to have in case your opponent has tons of clean stock and lots of climaxes in their deck. When this ability is used correctly, it can be devastating. The last major addition in this upgrade package is 2 more copies of the Hayasaka Drop Search. This card offers new synergies with the standby climax. When she bounces herself to give that 2k buff, this also simultaneously opens up a slot on stage for you to place a character with your standby effect. You also need her in hand to utilize the resonance ability of the 1-1 Kaguya assist, which can be a consistent source of hand once you put her onto the board. Lastly, to round out this upgrade package, we're also adding 2 Kaguya free fresh counters. The mulligan is pretty similar to before. You will mainly want to hold on to 4k Kaguya beaters, Kaguya runners, Hayasaka Drop Search, level 1 combos, and Pants Climax. If you don't open with the Pants Climax, hold the Kaguya Climax Swapper just like before, so you have another way to potentially get to your climax. Also, since this deck now uses experience on the 1-0 Shirogane, if you open a 3-2 trial deck Kaguya, try to hold on to it so that you can clock it and then send it to level. At level 0, use a combination of the Kaguya beaters and Kaguya runner to give your opponent an especially hard time. When you level up to level 1, the ideal card to level is the 3-2 trial deck Kaguya because it's blue for your level 1 combo, and it's a level 3 to fulfill the experience requirement for 1-0 Shirogane. At level 1, you'll still want to be playing multiple copies of the Kaguya combo. However, you now have a decent backup plan if you don't draw the right cards. For example, going in a different direction with standby and red cards is also viable. Also, One thing you're going to want to watch out for is that you'll want to avoid standbying cards on top of the Kaguya 1/0s if you're going for the climax combo this turn, since she can't combo if she's not on the board anymore. When going to level 2, you're going to want to secure red so that you can continue playing red cards, including standby climaxes. And then when going to level 3, secure yellow so that you can play your Chica level 3. At level 2 is when the deck's power starts to spike. You gain the ability to stand out the 3/2 Kaguya, which will constantly buff all of your characters and let you take control of the board with high power for the remainder of the game. This card was already strong when played at level 3, but now it's even stronger if you're able to bring it out earlier at level 2. And now for our third and final upgrade package. With this small set of upgrades, we're going to be taking our previous tertiary color, yellow, and replacing it with green. In this package, we're introducing 5 early plays, 3 K healers, and 2 Shirogane clock kicks. This version of the deck introduces a new concept that I like to call the extended level 2 game. The concept basically says that anything you're able to do at level 3, you're able to also do at level 2 because of the combination of early plays of K and Shirogane, and the standby that can allow you to bring out 3/2 Kaguya. The game plan up until level 2 remains the same as before. However, with the addition of the early plays, you will have opportunities to play all of your level 3s even while you're still at level 2. Use this advantage to assert a lead over your opponent and win the game from there. In terms of leveling, now we need to hit experience 4 in order for Shirogane to gain access to the clock kick ability. I still recommend leveling 3/2 Kaguya at level 1, but now try to secure a level 1 or higher card when going to level 2. In order to ensure you have green in order to play your K and Shirogane early plays when you hit level 2, consider trying to level one of them, or even leveling the Chica assist. This goes to experience 6, which is a bit overkill considering we only need 4 for the Shirogane, but prioritizing the colors is more important. As far as playing red cards, since the plan isn't to level red until level 3, try to plan ahead and keep an extra red card in hand so that you can clock red if needed and proceed to play your red cards like standbys. A question I'm sure some of you are wondering is why I chose not to include the level 1 Kaguya combo that goes with the standby climax. The main reason was because of the lack of 3/2 double R Kaguya in the deck, which I consider to be the ideal leveling target for the meta deck. It's red for the cards you intend to play at level 1, while also being a level 3 card to go towards experience requirements for Shirogane. However, since the goal of this video is to provide options that are budget friendly, I decided to instead stick with the 1/0 trial deck Kaguya combo with the pants, and have the 3/2 trial deck Kaguya serve as the ideal leveling target to serve as blue and level 3. If you guys have any additional questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And that concludes this episode of TD++. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for upcoming content. We have some gameplay videos coming out soon that you're definitely going to want to see, including a gameplay video using this deck. If you have any feedback, be sure to leave it in the comments section below. Until next time, this has been Shizukatz. Thanks for watching, everyone. See ya.